Problems in Madison tonight, so the city to give them a new leash on life. Nearly 15 years ago, the city of Madison passed a leash law for both dogs and cats. That leash law had fallen by the wayside over the years, but it's back now, and as Ryan Newsbickle found out, it's turning cats into criminals.
You're gonna 3 strikes and you're out.
A 4-legged jailbreak made by a feline fugitive.
Let's go walking.
And giving chase, owner Laura Willoughby, who says she knows exactly what it feels like to be a ball and chain.
Sam, unfortunately, has a heck of a criminal record.
He does. It goes back to his childhood, really.
Sam is a 1-year-old mixed breed cat with quite a history of violating Madison's leash law.
You can't jaywalk. That was his first arrest. Come on, honey. You know, we did well for a few days. Come on, sweetie. Sam split, and he's very fast. And hold on, honey. We gotta get the...
If your cat is caught on the streets here in Madison, you could face a $75 ticket, the equivalent of a speeding citation here in Madison, something that many cat owners say is borderline catastrophic.
Sam has just as many tickets as he has paws.
He got another ticket on Wednesday.
We do have the leash law. We're going to enforce the leash law.
Madison Police Chief M.E. Waldrop says the ordinance is there to safeguard against cat scratch fever, and the law does have some community support.
The leash law is a very good thing. It needs to be enforced.
For dogs and cats?
For dogs and cats. Cats get in the garbage too.
You ever try to put a cat on a leash?
No, I haven't.
Okay, Choo-Choo, it's okay, sweet baby girl. It's okay. Oh my gosh, she's gonna choke herself. She's gonna choke her. She's gonna choke herself. See, you can. This is proof right here. This is evidence. You cannot put a cat on a leash.
But we're thinking of taking him to an animal psychiatrist to see if he can give us some behavioral techniques that we can implement.
Some kitty Prozac, maybe?
That would be good.
You think maybe Sam was born to live on the wrong side of the law?
So he's pretty much,
He's content.
he is a habitual offender.
And truly one of Madison's most wanted. In Madison, Ryan Newsbickle, WLBT News.
Well, the Green family, who lived just down the street from Sam, got so many tickets for their cat, Oreo, they had to give that cat away. Please, thank you, beg your pardon, bless you. These are words commonly heard around town, and they are a big reason why a recent USA Today study ranks Miss Jackson, that is, as the most polite town among the cities examined. I'm sure it's Mississippi, too. Ryan Newsbickle took a look at the study to see how consistent good manners are here in the capital city.
Please, may I? Excuse me?
They are words that ring loud in the capital city.
Pardon me?
Words of good fellowship.
Thank you.
Good wishes.
God bless you.
And most importantly, good manners.
We speak, we shake hands, we hug.
Hugs that the USA Today was quick to notice. In a study, the newspaper placed Jackson on top of every city it examined when it came to manners, above Minneapolis, Philadelphia, and San Francisco.
As you're walking down the street, I mean, you have people that speak to you, and they're really nice. So.
No doubt we're polite. Afternoon, ladies.
Hey, how you doing?
But are we consistently polite? We decided to find out.
We retested Jackson using the same methods that the USA Today did to measure civility in the capital city. First, we measured how long other Jackson motorists allowed us to sit on green lights.
Don't try this at home.
Many never even honked at us.
2, 3, 13 seconds again. See, now she's circling around and going the other side of us. She didn't honk, but she did give me a dirty look.
Others hit their horns with gusto.
Give me an amen. Amen.
Secondly, we studied whether people thanked us when we held the door for them. Nearly everybody thanked me.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Except these people. Let's see that again in slow motion. Not one nod, smile, or thank you. Moving on to the final test. Walking around downtown Jackson looking pitifully lost with a city map. The big question here is how many people would ask me if I needed directions or even help. This woman did.
Just trying to find one Jackson place.
So did this couple.
You all right?
Yeah.
But we found the vast majority did not. I am literally staring at this man. This young lady. This woman enjoying a cigarette. As you can see, no offers. This woman wins our generosity award by asking us twice.
Can I ask you why you decided to help me?
Why? Because you looked really confused and I felt sorry for you.
But to be fair, I never asked for directions. If I had, just about everyone would have likely responded in some way. Likely. We compared our results to those compiled by USA Today and found them pretty comparable, except for the map test. For whatever reason, we had less success than USA Today.
I'm a lost cause.
Maybe it was my tie. If so, I humbly ask for your forgiveness. In Jackson, Ryan Newsbickle, WLBT News.
And remember, there was a bill introduced in the state legislature that would have required students to say yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, to their teachers. But lawmakers gave that bill a no thank you. And
well, believe it or not, many Jackson homeowners have more water than they can handle. Today, at least 5 water mains burst, 3 of them within a mile of each other.
Yeah, as Ryan Newsbickle reports, while some folks have geysers in their front yards, their faucets are bone dry tonight.
Bill Lister planned to give his lawn a good watering today. He just got a little more than he bargained for.
I'd water in front.
Today? Did you turn the sprinkler off?
I turned it off.
Just before 11 o'clock this morning, a Category 5 water break shot a tower of water from Lister's lawn, stripping away asphalt and earth, hammering everything in its path.
Got up and looked out the window.
Did it look like it was raining?
Yeah, but it's kind of crazy. It's raining sideways.
But every stinging drop turned Lister's property into a swollen floodplain of spillways, waterfalls, and sinkholes. Battening down the hatches, we went in. This may feel like a hurricane. It may even look pretty, but it's actually very dangerous for Mr. Lister's home. The water's hitting this part of the backyard and then moving downhill toward the house where it's threatening to flood.
I'm not worried about the yard, worried about getting in the house.
To Lister's dismay, he and his geyser had to take a number. At least 5 different water mains burst in the capital city today, 2 within a few blocks of Lister, leaving hundreds without water. City officials blamed the breaks on shifting clay caused by dry weather. Meanwhile, Lister's home continued getting wetter. An hour and a half after being called, city workers finally arrived, but they could not find the shutoff valve. We pulled up a seat. Water creeped closer to Lister's back door. We waited. City workers searched for the valve until finally the water was shut off. The water's off. What's the status report?
I don't know, but it's all under my house. I know that.
But city workers did cut off the water before it could flood Lister's home. A small rainbow for Lister coming from an otherwise stormy day. From Northeast Jackson, Ryan Newsbickle, WLBT News.
Former gravel truck driver from Crystal Springs is found to be the son of one of the country's biggest blues legend. Yesterday, state Supreme Court ruled that 68-year-old Claude Johnson is the son of the late guitarist Robert Johnson. And as Ryan Newsbickle reports, Claude Johnson is inheriting more than just his dad's ears.
He is one of the great mysteries of American music. Some call him the grandfather of rock and roll. But guitar legend Robert Johnson was simply the dad Claude Johnson only saw twice.
At that time, I was just kind of thin and slim like he was, and I had the face like Robert Johnson.
She's gone.
The Crystal Springs man says he's the music Robert Johnson and his mother, Virginia Mae Kane, created 69 years ago. He lived with his grandparents, and Johnson wasn't allowed to visit much.
They didn't approve of him being a blues player.
Johnson died a year later, the result of a mysterious poisoning, an event that helped fuel a musical debate that the man who inspired Eric Clapton and the Rolling Stones sold his soul to the devil to play guitar.
My belief is that it would almost be impossible for a man to sell his soul to the devil.
But an even bigger debate that began about 9 years ago, who should lay claim to Robert Johnson's multi-million-dollar fortune?
An issue the Mississippi State Supreme Court settled on Thursday when it ruled that Claude Johnson is Robert Johnson's son and is now entitled to Robert Johnson's fortune.
Well, I was proud of it.
Proud to be a Johnson.
That's right. Proud to be Robert Johnson's son.
Claude Johnson likely won't spend his money on instruments. He doesn't even play guitar. Instead of writing songs about trains and Greyhound buses, Claude drove gravel trucks. And Claude's greatest hits are his wife, 5 children, and 13 grandchildren.
It's wonderful for them to know that their grandfather or great-grandfather was a great musician.
A musician who left more than just a legacy of songs. In Crystal Springs, Ryan Newsbickle, WLBT News.